Hello everyone, welcome back to the Academy. My name is Warren Bennett and this is Trev. At the moment it's in the middle of winter and it's -1, so we don't fancy going outdoors, so we're going to stay indoors and we're going to do a little exercise today that you can do indoors, don't need a golf club, and it's all going to be about release. Now release comes in different ways and we've got different ways that we can release the golf club, and we can do it with our hands and arms and wrists, we can do it with our body and legs, and we all need these release factors to match up. Today we're going to be talking about the way we use our body and a little exercise that you can do 2 minutes a day to help your body release, and I'm going to do it right in the corner over there, so I'll see you in 2 minutes. Right folks, you find me in the corner here up against the door, so I recommend doing this exercise up against something flat, so a door, or you can do it in your locker in the changing rooms at your golf course. It's a great way to give you some feedback about how well you can release your body through the golf swing. Inside exercises I always think are very beneficial because it's very hard to change golf swings, especially fields during full swing. So this is why we do little exercises like this, little drills at the driving range to kind of give you the feedback and to kind of layer these type of feelings into your golf swing, because hitting a normal golf shot under normal speed, we know it's 1 second, it's blink and you miss it. So these exercises really give your muscles and your awareness and your feel the chance to create what you're trying to do. So what are we trying to do? So up against the door frame, maybe a golf ball away from the floor with your left foot, from the door with your left foot. So don't need to make a backswing, but take an imaginary stance without a golf club. So there's 3 elements to this. First element, we're just going to twist everything. So right foot up in the air, we're going to twist our shoulder and our head, and we're just going to face the wall. Back to where you started, into your golf posture. Don't do this standing up, we're trying to mimic a golf swing, so into your golf posture, twist everything. So my belly button and my belt buckle are against the wall now. My right foot, as you can see, is fully up in the air, and my right knee's kicked in. Obviously be aware and be very careful if you've got any hip or knee problems, especially your left is the one we're twisting and moving over. So nice and gently, don't have to go mad. If you can only go a certain distance, that's absolutely fine, don't try and push it. Okay, nice and smooth. So, but if you can move over, and obviously the further away from the door, the more you have to move, so you don't go too mad. Even if you put the foot against the door, nice, and don't have to go too wide, because if you go too wide with your feet, you won't be able to get off. There's only so much range of motion that's giving you. So kind of shoulder width, even a bit more narrow. If you're finding it hard to twist against, bring your foot in a bit closer. Because the closer your feet are together, the easier it is to twist. So that's number 1. Everything together, head moves up, shoulders out the way, belly button and belt buckle into the door. Number 2 is we're just trying to keep our head a little bit more static on the follow through, but everything still twists, and we're just kind of still looking down. We're not going to release our head into the door. There we go. My right foot, as you can see, is fully up in the air, our knee is kicked in. If that right foot stays on the floor, there's only so much range of motion I've got with my hips here, so I'm going to be stuck. So we're looking for a full release. That's number 1. Number 2 is with our head still down. So we're learning just to kind of separate the head now. So the head and the neck muscles, just being able to keep nice and still. No tension, nice and twisted. So that's the second one. Number 3 is we're just going to put our left arm up against the wall here. Now what we're doing here is we're obviously stopping the shoulders from twisting. So our head stays down and we're just really separating our hip motion with our shoulder motion. Now, if you've got any sort of back issues, just be extremely careful with this one. I've got a bit of a shoulder problem here in my left, and having it completely horizontal up here gives me a little bit of twinge. So just bring your hand down just to the 45 degrees. The further down you have your hand, the easier it is. So for me, that's about right. So I can just keep twisting down here and keep going. You can hold it for 5 seconds, just to kind of give your body just a chance just to separate here. And you can imagine in the golf swing, that's actually what we're doing, down into impact and through. Elite golfers, professionals especially, have got this slight separation between their top half and their bottom half. Their bottom half is always leading the race into impact and through. And this exercise stops that. Gives the muscles a stretch to allow all your body, all your legs and your foot and your knee the chance to move and drive forward, and just keep your shoulders a little passive. Obviously, if it hurts a little more, you can have it straight down. And you're just keeping the shoulder just a little passive there. So if you can't handle 45 degrees, bring your hand straight down and just twist. So that's kind of an in-between this one, allowing the shoulder to twist through, and this one here. So I can feel now, even 5 minutes into that, I can feel more flexible. And on the first tee, remember the first hole is as important as the 18th hole. So you don't want to get on the first hole and just kind of take 2 or 3 holes to warm up, and on the fourth you're back into the game a little bit. Maybe too late. So remember, the first is as important as the 18th. And doing this for 5 minutes before you tee off, before you leave home, is a great way. You actually don't even need anything. You can do it, obviously, just against imaginary. So you just, anything without a golf club, it's much easier. Remember, this is all a nice, light move. So it just really help you. These indoor exercises, I think, are really important away from the golf course, because it gives you just a little bit of awareness, it improves your body, gives you a bit more flexibility, and hopefully that'll give you a bit more consistency as well. Okay, everyone, love to hear if this helps you, and we'll see you next time from the Squeaky Dog and me. I'll see you on the next one. Cheerio.